So here we are a couple of days, maybe a week into the project, and things are progressing nicely. And where we're starting with everything again is kind of the outside trimming up the trees. We've got we're in a very mature neighborhood. The trees are overgrown, in desperate need of pruning. We actually have, if you look up on the roof, you can tell we've got mold and mildew growing just simply because the trees haven't been trimmed. Not a good thing for the shingles. So we're cleaning this thing up on the outside. We'll have everything trimmed. We'll have everything pruned and cleaned up. We'll head into the inside. And just as every home that we do, everything is going to be cleaned up. Everything will be new. So we have a turnkey house where the homeowners will have everything updated, serviced. It'll be brand new. They'll be able to walk in and basically enjoy. So let's go inside. I want to show you what we've got going on inside. Here we are inside. You can see the extreme difference that this has made, just removing the carpeting, the walls, the kitchen cabinets, which we're going to paint and update, put new cabinet doors on. We're getting ready to put the washer and dryer, build a wall, put the washer and dryer back there in that back room. Spend some time working on this area, and as I mentioned earlier, we're working to develop an open concept. So we've opened this wall up, and the idea is we're going to have a few appliances on the back side, and this is a load-bearing wall. That is not a load-bearing wall, and we're going to end up supporting this with a beam across here and essentially knocking this wall out, and then we'll build another railing across here. So when people come into the back door, they'll be able to open this back door. They can either go in through the kitchen or they can walk in here through the great room. So next I'd like to show you, I've got a project kind of started over here. It's a built-in bookcase. We had a built-in bookcase here. We had a hutch sitting on this side, so I've got this all prepared. And I'm just kind of curious, sometimes you find hidden treasures back here between the walls. I'm hoping for perhaps a bag of money or a diamond ring. But a lot of times when you pull these things out, you never know what you're going to run into. So I've got this thing all prepared. Let's pull it out and see what we got. I got a beer can. What else we got down here? Another beer can. A donut bag. This is not uncommon. You find that it must have taken the boys when they built this, right? A number of beers and some donuts, which is always fun. But I'm not seeing my bag of money. Got one more. There we got 2, 4, 5 beers essentially to put that thing together. All right, so here we are, several weeks into the project, and if you look around here, we've made amazing progress. So here we're, talking about the load structure of the wall. This was a load-bearing wall. You can see the beam up there. This was a load-bearing wall, so we had to create some fake dummy walls and do some things to support the area in order to put that beam up there. That beam has been, it's all calculated by engineering. It's all engineered to accommodate certain loads. There are snow loads. In some cases, there are ceiling loads. So this has all been calculated and structurally built and designed in a way to care for the load that we have. Cabinets, we're getting these things all sanded down. We're going to restore these things. Instead of buying new ones, we're going to restore them. And you can tell we spent a lot of time sanding, getting these things prepped. And we've got a painter coming in, and we're going to paint this a nice, rich blue color. I'm super excited to see how that turns out. Countertops, we've got quartz coming in here. There's been a lot of work, a lot of thought about how we want to address countertops. So we've got this marbly, white-looking countertop here and on the island going against the dark cabinets. It's going to look amazing. But we will be replacing the kitchen sink. It'll be a stainless steel, much like this one, but it's going to be a deep well. People really like this, the deep well stainless sink. We'll also be replacing all the fixtures, the faucet on here. And then what's really exciting about what we're doing with this project is we're going to get a little more creative and a little bit more modern. Is we're going to, the finishes are going to, we're going to go with some gold finishes for the kitchen knobs, for lighting, and all in an attempt to kind of tie into basically what we have here, which is a gold finish faced fireplace doors, and that's all going to tie in together. We're going to make this all kind of one theme, and so it's going to look amazing when we're done. It's going to look amazing. Since the last time you saw it, we've opened up this entire, we've talked a lot about the open concept. We've opened up this entire space. The lighting has turned out amazing. If one huge thing that we've added with this project, it would be the lighting. The lighting makes such a huge difference in the way everything looks and brightens up a space. The painting, we've got texture, the texture on the walls. I know it doesn't look like much right now. We've only because it's the first coat, but we've got a primer coat on here, and the space is ready for the second coat. Much like the rest of this space, again, it's got texture on the walls. That's getting ready for a final coat of paint. Yeah. So you're out today getting stuff organized for the last push of the house, the paint. What else are you after here?
Possibly the vanity and the bathroom flooring.
The bathroom flooring, okay, perfect.
I think those are the only two things I can really do at Home Depot, but I can order some light fixtures and the faucet.
That sounds great. That sounds great. Yep, she won't be here today, but you're out running around getting needed supplies. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
When we come back into these spaces, the bathroom has been painted, and we've talked about the tile. The area has been prepped. We've got our tile guy coming in, which is going to turn out amazing. We've got a vanity that Haley talked about here a little while ago that she's out shopping to get. New flooring. You come into the back bedrooms, and you remember we had a bright pink color in this room. It was super dark, super outdated, and we have stuck 3 coats of paint on that. That's how much it took to get coverage on the walls with that pink color that was on there. This space here was a dark blue, and much the same thing. 3 coats of paint, everything kept bleeding through. A 3rd coat got it, but it turned out amazing. The floor, if you remember back, was a parquet floor. We pulled the parquet floor up, and there was a mastic glue that was used to put the parquet floor down. You're probably wondering why the paint. We put the paint down because of the smell. The mastic was giving off this tar smell, and so we put a primer paint over top of that and basically took care of that smell. I want to spend a little bit more time talking about the island and the kitchen, because the kitchens are so important in the value of a home and what this brings to the project. Haley has spent a crazy amount of time trying to make sure that this kitchen flows, makes sense. There are codes that we have to adhere by. We got the fridge, which is going to be sitting here, and we have to have space. There are space requirements that you have to have. And so in dealing with this island, there's a lot of things that need to make sense for a lot of different reasons. But we spent a lot of time. I think that this island is really it's gonna turn out amazing. We found a place for the stove, which we fought hard on where we were gonna position the stove, but we're gonna go with a downdraft stove in here and have this beautiful piece of quartz countertop in this area in which I'm sure many people are going to spend time gathered around entertaining. We mentioned that this house was built in the 60s, and I wanted to touch on the electrical side of things a little bit. So in the 60s, we had what was called a 100 amp service. That's what was used to power the house. Now when you have modern technology, when you have modern updates, you add lighting, you add things that basically draw on the electric a little bit harder. you need to update the electric panel. So the previous owners have already done that, so we've gone from 100 amp to a 200 amp service. What we're going to do to kind of finish the update in the remodel is replace all of the switches and outlets. So we have the old style 2-prong outlet. We're going to be going to a 3-prong, which most people have with ground. So the house will be essentially completely updated, as we've talked about many times before. All right, coming in the back door, we've talked about the laundry room. So how about this? We got the wall up. This is such an exciting part of the remodel, is being able to get the laundry on the first floor. It is such a selling point for homeowners to not have to go into the basement. So we've got this room basically ready to go for paint, and we're gonna, appliances, we're gonna have a brand new washer and dryer in here. Kitchen appliances will all be brand new. In this, it'll be a dual space. So people coming in from the back door, if you're mowing lawn, you're working in the yard, you're working in the garden, you have a washer, dryer, you have a laundry room, but you can also use it as a mudroom. Now here in the basement, we've spent a lot of time. I know it maybe doesn't look like much has been done, but we spent a lot of time prepping this space. You can tell on the walls, again, we've got primer paint on the walls. We have completely cleaned everything. We've taken some lighting out. We're going to put some new recessed lighting in here, so we're getting that prepared. Back in the area, in this area, the bench area, we've got that all cleaned up. And so we're a couple weeks away from finishing this project, and a lot of the behind the scenes, a lot of the labor that takes to get this thing complete has been done, and now we're going to get a painter in here, and this is going to smell really good, and it's going to look really good. Back here in the mechanical room, we've got some different ideas as you come out this way. So we've got the finished space out here and more of an unfinished space here with the workbench. We also have with the upstairs laundry, we have the downstairs laundry, which is what it originally was. We'll probably just leave that here. So you got upstairs and downstairs laundry. And then we're going to talk about maybe how we could finish off this space, and we're going to leave that as a big surprise. We have a lot of ideas. Stay tuned for the next episode. Bye for now.